Shift Happens! Week number 133! You believe this? 133 weeks in a row for you guys.
That's a lot.
So we're going to do a little follow-up. If you guys watched last week's 132 shift on Billy, what was her middle name? Billy Marie? Billy is pregnant and Billie Jean. And we're going to tell the update to that story here in a moment. But it's unbelievable the amazing things that can be told and tried to scare women into taking these medications, especially when they're pregnant. And we have a few messages that I'm gonna read parts to you guys, because this awesome, amazing young lady who is now of advanced maternal age, who just turned 35, and ever since her 35th birthday, she has been hounded by her OB. Make sure you have to have these tests done. Now your blood sugar is way too high, and you have to take this drug. We got to have all these ultrasounds done, just because she turned 35.
She was totally fine the first, what, 6-7 months of the pregnancy?
Yeah, the first 6.5 months, she was solid.
35.
She was perfectly fine.
Right at the beginning of the third trimester,
and boom, changed. Things goes haywire.
It must be that gene that like flips.
Well, it's kind of funny too, because somebody was talking about the flu shot, and they came up with a study saying that the flu shot is 9% effective. 9% effective for people over the age of 65. 9%. Google it. That's a pretty interesting study.
That means it's 91% ineffective.
So 9 times out of 10, it doesn't do jack. So I guess that's not just odds I want to take, but anyway. So you want to interject? You want to jump into yours, or want me to keep talking about Billy?
Go for it.
Okay. So Billy went in yesterday morning and spoke with her OB and asked him, you know, what was she wasn't sure if she wanted to do the drug, and this amazing doctor told her that, well, you know, if you don't take this, then your high blood sugar, which I'll tell you the numbers in a moment, is endangering your baby of coming out and having a natural, healthy birth. Billie Jean told her OB that her high blood sugar really is not that high, that her fasting blood sugar was still below 100, which is normal for most people, but apparently above age 35 of the advanced maternal age, that's in the high risk zone. And Billie Jean went to the manufacturer's website of this drug and found a few interesting statements that I will read to you guys right now. She found in 4 different places, not 1, 2, 3, 4 separate places, that medication has not been tested on pregnant women. It is unclear if use of this medication will harm the unborn baby, and that it should only be used when clearly indicated. Now, I don't know about you, but having a fasting blood sugar of less than 100 is not clearly indicated by any means. She brought this up to the OB, and he said, well, you know, they have to, that means nothing. They have to put that in there for legal reasons. And
what would those be?
Well, because they can't test it on pregnant women.
So why are you going to give it to one if it's never been tested on?
That's a great point, Dr. Mike.
I'm just a doctor, so I don't know anything.
Billie Jean decided that she was not going to take this drug because she did not want to risk the effects of this drug to her or her unborn child. The OB was so incredibly frustrated that he did not do any exam and walked out without really doing anything with her. So I don't know how that relationship is going to end up, but right now it's not looking so good for the OB or the drug. So that's my story of Billie Jean.
Really could be a good thing in the long run.
You know, and that baby's going to be healthier.
Just fine.
Because it didn't have that. Because everything that the mother takes, the baby ingests as well. It's not like the mother can ward off anything. That whatever the mother eats, whatever it takes as any pills or whatever, it goes through the child too. And if you can't know if a drug is safe, Why do it? And there's no testing, no anything that shows that it's safe for your child. I wouldn't want to put my child, on a playground that has, oh, it's got nails over there, but that's okay. We haven't tested it yet. Really? It's like, well, I don't think that's a good idea, so I'm just not going to do it. And there's been no studies showing that kids playing on playgrounds with nails in the carpet, have shown to be proven healthy or safe, and you know what? That's just not a good idea. So I'm running with that.
It's kind of like the parachutes.
Tell me about the parachutes, Dr.
Do we
Mike.
really need to test them?
I don't know, do we?
To see whether they're effective or not? Would you want to jump out of a plane without one and see how you would react, and then jump out with one and see how you react?
I don't think I want to be one of those test pilots.
Yeah.
That's just
Well,
me.
what was that? Wasn't there a study that was done on that? Yeah, there was a study that was done
There
on
was a
that.
study? Yeah.
Yeah, they actually looked at the efficacy of parachutes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? But do you really need to do that?
I wonder if it's better than the flu shot.
I sure hope so. Or our military is in
We're in
bad
trouble.
shape.
Yeah.
So, well, there's another, well, I guess not another. There's a study that just came out, or an article that was written in Time Magazine. It's the cover article of the New Time Magazine I think it's called Bitter Pill, What's Driving Up America's Medical Costs. And in there it just breaks down, there was a number, I think the author, there was like 6 people that he interviewed who had trouble paying medical bills. There was problems with it and things like that because of the just astronomical costs. And the fact that I think they didn't either were uninsured or had very little coverage compared to what most people do with health insurance. So what he did was he went to a lot of the hospitals and a lot of the facilities and interviewed the people there and wanted to understand why were these bills so high?
Okay.
What was the reasoning for this? So when he started to look into it and break things down, what he was finding was that there's this thing called a master list, or a charge master, I think, or a charge list. It's a big master list that every hospital has, or every facility has, that lists out every procedure, every test, every pill, every drug, anything that's given, any order, any exam, anything that's done has a charge to it.
Okay.
What he found that was kind of funny though was every hospital and every facility had different numbers for all of the different ones. There was no rhyme or reason to how these numbers were put in place.
Really?
There was just, here we're going to put that price there, and we're going to put this price there, and we're going to put that price there.
So it's kind of like roulette.
Yeah.
You go.
They just rolled a wheel and said, hey, well, we're going to end that one there, so we're going to charge this much there. So then he looked at, well, who is having to pay these costs? Because when you look at, let's say, Medicare bumps down the number greatly.
Okay.
There was one figure in there, they did a test, it was like a $190 test, $195 I think for sort of a CBC test, complete blood count. They charged this lady $195, but had it been reimbursed by Medicare, where she was 64 years old, had she been 65, Medicare would have covered it, $20.
She should have waited till she was 65.
She should have waited. So she was at an advanced age. So, but these were just a couple of the numbers that were in there. We'll talk about this study further because this was a big one that just came out, and understanding why our medical costs are so high. There's just a lot of interesting things going on with it.
So why would you wait till you're 65 years old? Why would you do that? Why don't you take care of your health? Why don't you take care of your body, take care of your spine, take care of your nerve system, be healthy and live better?
Makes sense to me.
Okay, let's do that. So we'll see you guys next week. Peace out.